The views expressed in the following podcast have been found guilty in a court of law of sedition and treason. They do not reflect the opinions of our employers, spouses, friends, family, or defense lawyers. On the plus side, we don't have to pay them since we lost the court case. Your mileage may vary. Welcome to Two and Change. The people are real, the drinking is real, and the opinions, unfortunately, are also real. On today's show, we wanted to take a quick moment to appreciate our listeners.
That's right. Our listenership has increased over 400,000% week over week.
This means we have more listeners than WTF with Mark Maron, the Joe Rogan Experience, Howard Stern, and the 1996 Summer Olympics combined.
That seems a little suspect.
The numbers don't lie, Josh. Look at this chart.
Now that you mention it, that chart does look like you drew it with crayon. Does that say 4 bajillion listeners?
Well, there was a small margin of error when you look at our download numbers.
Damn it, did Hindenburg crash again? I hate this recording software.
No, it's just an error message from something else. Don't worry about it.
What are you... Is that a botnet?
Tim, what did we tell you about using a botnet to download episodes of Two and Change on other people's computers?
Actually, nothing.
I can't believe we had to tell you not to do this. This is unethical. How many listeners do we actually have, Tim?
Hi, Dad.
Welcome to Two and Change. I'm Josh, and I am drinking Stock and Barrel whiskey with club soda. And
I have a convert.
This is convert. You're preaching to the choir. It's
Aren't you going to give it a mediocre? Oh, it is mediocre.
It's good. Like I don't dislike it. Yeah,
I don't dislike it.
It's something I would drink normally.
Just like apple whiskey.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jolly Rancher whiskey.
Yeah.
Jolly Rancher whiskey.
Rancher, melted down Jolly Rancher whiskey. To some of you, that sounds fantastic. It's
And
not.
to you, people who think that sound fantastic, one, I want to thank you for listening to our show.
Yeah.
And two,
Go fuck yourself. Go crawl into a hole and die because your taste buds are not there and you deserve to no longer live.
harsh.
That's really
Or
bad.
something of like that.
That
Love
is
and
really
peace,
harsh.
everyone.
Love and peace. It's the world. Yeah. And this is Mike. I am also drinking Stock and Barrel, except I'm not polluting it with club soda. I'm just drinking it on the rocks.
There you go. And this is Tim, and I am drinking Stock and Barrel. Do you think they would sponsor our show because all three of us are drinking it right now?
Well, it's one of those times I think like we all chose to drink it, so it's not like Josh's Buck-a-Beer experiment.
In his defense, it was like $1.25.
Okay, fair enough.
And it was bottles.
It was.
That's Buck-a-Beer, my friends.
That
If
is.
that was in a can.
That's Buck-a-Beer.
Buck-a-Beer. Well,
Yeah.
the same amount of beer in a regular, like not a tall boy, but like the little stubby beer
I think
cans.
the bottles are like more expensive to produce. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but they have a slightly better taste, I think. Well, it depends on the beer, though.
Yeah.
This tasted like skunk water, so I don't know if I would
Yeah.
hate to know what it tasted like in a can.
This
This is an experiment that now has to be done, Josh.
It tasted like my piss after I drank apple whiskey.
There. And wait, you know how that tastes? How?
Mind your business. That's how.
very
So
good.
anyway, in today's episode,
Today we're talking about inflated numbers or perhaps setting targets that you can't meet and then pretending that you could.
or sandbagging. Well, okay, so Elon Musk, Tesla, just released some numbers. Well, as of this recording, it was just. We had a lot of things we could talk about today, but I think we'll take the MAGA bomber offline because, yeah.
It's been, what, 4 episodes?
It's been one. Or we can release this next week. It really depends on whatever the hell we feel like.
The sad part is they may not know which MAGA bomber we're referencing by the time this airs.
Yeah.
So
There's been a
No, okay, no, this is clearly...
that
okay.
might age perfectly.
Okay,
which is the
look,
sad part.
this is the MAGA bomber, mid-40s or 50s, overweight, lives with his mother, listens to a lot of Fox News, is a big Trump... Yeah, so which MAGA bomber are we talking
Exactly. Yeah, which one?
This one was from the South.
Oh, a red state, though.
Married to his sister or his
Sometimes,
cousin?
sometimes blue.
Sometimes blue, but in a red area.
There.
Unless
He resents women and college-educated people.
Unless the Supreme Court decides it's no longer red.
There.
There we go. Yeah. No. So we're going to take a break, and we're actually just going to have a good old economics discussion.
Oh, yeah.
So, did anyone follow the story with Tesla today?
I saw it. I read it. It was interesting. Basically, it feels like Tesla said, we're going to do this, and then found out later that we actually can't do that. But then the investors are like, but you said you were going to do it. Now the FBI is going, you did say you were going to do it. And then they were like, well, but we could have, except something went wrong.
Well, no, it's actually the other way around. Tesla, so all these people had this idea that Tesla wasn't going to do so well because people have been betting against Tesla for quite a while.
Yeah.
However, Tesla blew that shit right out of the water with their Model 3 production numbers and are sitting on actually a nice bit of cash right now.
They are.
Now, they weren't expecting Tesla to have these kind of numbers. So everyone's like, what the hell, Tesla? We were betting against you. Calling the FBI. So basically, Elon Musk has been complaining about short sellers for quite a while. Now, these are people who make their money off of stocks going down because they do this sort of
I bet it's going to go down.
Yeah, it is presto changeo. They borrow stocks from a broker, they sell the stocks, and they buy them back at a reduced rate, sell them back. So it's if it sounds like a stupid, complicated bullshit kind of way of making money, because that's exactly what it is.
It's straight up gambling for the most part because these are all done on very short term bases. I don't have a lot of respect or patience for short sellers.
So I mean, we can talk about a couple different things, but I think maybe this is a good time to sort of talk about some of these companies here. Apple just hit $1 trillion valuation market cap. So did Amazon, although Amazon took a bit of a beating recently.
They did.
Stocks have been taking a bit of a beating. I don't know.
No kidding, man.
So when you have
interest rates going up.
Yeah,
well,
but
they have to.
But I thought that like some places, like I don't know, banks, insurance companies would do well with a higher interest rate.
Well, so individual investors do really
works.
well with high interest rates because like you can go and you can get like a back in the late 80s when mortgage rates were stupidly high, like 18%.
Yeah,
you could get there were GICs out there that were at like 15%.
Well, no, because those are mortgage and savings backed vehicles. I mean, when you think of an investor since I guess 1912, since the last time Josh looked at the stock market.
Sure.
Well, if you look at like modern investors, it's usually equity or dividends is usually what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm a dividend chaser myself.
Where Josh is talking more about fixed income.
I was just making a point on.
Your point sucks. You're a bad. No, I'm
my point. I
should eat a Snickers.
Interest rates are going up. That's better for investors.
No, actually,
it's better for fixed income investors.
It's better for fixed income investors.
Yeah, equity investors not as much.
Which the problem is, if our market was mostly fixed income market, then that would be a good thing.
But right now, it's mostly equities.
Yeah, I have no numbers to back that up.
I do. I'm an investor. I do that. Like I'm an equity person. I do a lot of dividend chasing right now, which is yay, Monday's dividend day for 2 of my stocks. So I'm looking forward to that. That's how I mark my calendar. Those are my celebration days, dividend days. Like
that's usually when we get the new bottles of scotch showing up at our house.
Something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
No. No. Sorry. I feel like I just shit on your point, Josh.
Your point was bad, and you should feel bad.
I don't think it was bad. It's a difference of opinion on the markets.
So. That's fair. Yep.
Yeah. No, I think interest rates have been too low for too long. I think there's sort of there's got to be a middle ground somewhere. Surprise, interest saying that, but
15% is not a middle ground. That's the extreme end.
That is exactly. Yeah. But insurance companies particularly should be doing well in a rising interest rate environment because of the regulatory environment that we exist in here in Canada. Like insurance companies have to have a certain amount of their money locked up in interest-bearing investments, like GICs. As the interest rates go up, suddenly that unlocks a whole load of capital for them. So like those stocks should be doing really well. Hey, I am not an official financial advisor. Past performance is no indication of future results. You can still lose all your money and it'll never be my fault. There, disclaimer given.
I think that goes through all three of us.
Fair enough. Yeah.
If you're taking investment advice from me, I am so sorry.
Like we're literally three guys.
Put it all in penny stocks.
Exactly.
Waffles, tasty waffles.
Put it in a Waffle House. That shit never fails.
Low cap, high dividend, ETFs. I don't know what those words mean.
Everyone hates ETFs.
Why do you hate ETFs?
I hate ETFs.
Go fuck yourself. ETFs are a good idea.
Get a mutual fund like a normal people.
No, fuck mutual funds.
Actively managed No, buy yourself some proper stocks. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. Buy yourself guns.
Individually managed your stocks is
I would idea. Buy stock in, say, a weapons manufacturing company before I would buy guns.
Yeah, it's sort of like I'd buy stock in the gold mine, I wouldn't buy gold.
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't do either of those, frankly, but...
Yeah.
Actually, I actually did own some stocks
Except
in
you
Barrick,
kind
but
of
I
all
dumped them.
sort of own.
Okay, so anyway, so we're talking about who we would buy stocks in, et cetera, et cetera. Actually,
Pfizer.
okay, so what is the average person like? What's the average person supposed to make of it when they have these stories of, oh, Apple's worth $1 trillion, or Amazon just raised their workers' rates, et cetera, et cetera? It's like there's so many, there's so much bullshit going on around here. What's the average person going to do?
The average person is going to go, well, I don't give a shit. You know what? You know what sucks? My card was denied on a fucking McFlurry. That's my life.
Is that average?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd say common, but hopefully
No,
not
actually,
average.
they did a Canadian survey. I think it was. There was different percentage breakdowns, but well over 50% of Canadians could not afford a $100 a month change in their budget.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty lousy.
So if people are getting denied on a McFlurry.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Okay, so I mean, higher interest rates might incentivize savers, which is a good thing.
But it's
plus, it also might discourage people from
Borrowing
too much money, which is also, I would think, probably a good thing.
Part of that's not so much of a. I mean, it is a borrowing problem by
Yes,
far.
absolutely.
We
Yep.
have an addiction.
We have
to
way too
debt.
much cheap debt.
But honestly, a lot of that debt is not a debt problem in the sense of borrowing. It's an income problem.
Yeah.
People just aren't making enough, so they're forced to borrow.
I think there's an element of that because the thing is that houses, price of houses, price of cars, the cost of living in general keeps going up and up and up while average wages stay stagnant. So
Actually, they went down
really
from last year.
Inflation adjusted?
Well, inflation adjusted, they went down like 2%.
Wow.
Jesus.
First time in like 40 years.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Are those Canadian numbers or
Those
those
Canadian numbers.
Oh wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
So they're not
Thanks,
even.
Trudeau.
They're not even.
Thanks, right. Thanks, Trudeau. Thanks,
can't-
Kathleen Wynne.
You can't blame that on any administration.
Thanks, Doug
That's
Ford.
That's a larger systemic problem.
Yeah, that's been going on for, well, I mean, wages have been stagnant for what, 30 years?
Oh yeah. Well, ever since the '80s, with Reaganomics, the ideas just
May his
haven't
trickle down
died.
economics bless us all.
Ramen.
Ramen.
No, I think this whole idea of like let's
The Iron Lady should be queen.
oh no, I just think this idea just won't die that we have to makes me twitch whenever I hear a politician say this, especially like Doug Ford, where they refer to us as taxpayers,
that annoys the
taxpayers,
fuck out of me.
taxpayers, citizens. We are citizens. We are residents. We are all sorts of things. But referring to me as a taxpayer like that is the most absolute A1 important thing in society, where I do think the most three important things you can do in a society is jury duty, pay taxes, and vote. I mean, those are the three things that makes you a citizen as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But I digress. I do get really twingy when I think about just being referred to as taxpayers. This is leftover Reaganomics that say, oh, we have to look at it from the taxpayer perspective, not what is good for the economy as a whole. This idea of low taxes, all it's done, super low taxes, all it's done is it's driven up incomes for the rich while the regular middle class and the poor's wages have stayed stagnant. That's what it's done. And I see you twitching there.
Yeah, I'm twitching. That's only because it was done the wrong way. Like, I mean, there are ways that you could have made these tax breaks a little bit more fair. Like when you hear tax break, you think tax loophole for rich people instead of actual
That's always
tax
what
break.
it is.
No, yeah, well, but that's just it. What if instead of a tax break meaning tax loophole for rich people, what if tax break meant, tax break for everybody?
But what does a tax break do for somebody who doesn't make any money?
Well, I can tell you one thing. If you get rid of the carbon tax on fuel, for example, so that I can fill up, if I can put gas in my car for 90 cents a liter again instead of $1.20, that'd be
It
one
won't
thing
go
you could do.
down to
then
that's an exaggeration. The
is.
carbon tax is not. Look,
No, but take the-
5 cents a liter back in your pocket versus 5 cents a liter. What it could actually do, because hey, carbon needs a price.
Yeah.
This
Of
is a
that
pollutant.
liter, about 36 cents of it is federal and provincial.
Which
gas
I also
tax.
think is bullshit.
Then how are you going to pay for your infrastructure?
That's done through property taxes and
No,
through
it's not.
income
There's
taxes.
not enough
and-
money.
The
Don't.
401 doesn't.
You want
pay for
to?
that
Oh,
shit.
you want to go down this road because I will school you, son.
I would much rather see, like, to be fair, I like the idea of consumption taxes better than the idea of income taxes.
I hate the idea.
The problem is that we have both.
Consumption taxes only serve to punish the poor.
First of all,
not
you know
the-
who
not
pays
the
for
people
80% of the infrastructure? It's municipalities. It's not federal or
And how do the
province.
municipalities get their money?
The only thing they
Property
get
taxes.
the only thing
And
they get
usage
through
fees.
Yes, and you're willing, you think the general public, lay public, is gonna go for a 4% tax rate? That's the average of what most municipalities need is a 4% tax rate just to get the infrastructure backlog. That's not even including future sustainability. There is no way that we can afford that. Property tax is a regressive tax. Communities have no control over it. They keep downloading things. Their expenses are only getting bigger. Infrastructure can't be paid for by property tax alone.
I think I broke it.
Okay, so while we get Josh some Thorazine here,
Exactly.
The regular economy! Stop taking me away!
we're going to take a quick break and hopefully we'll get Josh calmer. We'll see you in a bit. Hey folks, Tim here from Two and Change. Have you ever found yourself listening to an episode of our show and thought, I wonder what they look like? Well, wonder no more, because this Friday, November 9th, 2018, we will be live streaming at 8:30 p.m. on Facebook. We'll be welcoming not one, but two London City Councillors, Phil Squire and friend of the show, Sean Lewis. Again, that's this Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Facebook. Remember to like us on Facebook to watch this live stream.
Makes a F ton of money.
Yeah.
And welcome back from the break. So we've got Josh a little bit calmer now.
We fed him more
Mike
whiskey.
slightly No, I don't know. But anyway.
No, he hasn't convinced me of a damn thing. But
So-
hey,
That's because you're a libertarian. You can't convince them of anything.
you can't convince socialists
So
either.
before we get back on pace here, I just wanted to let everyone know that we've got our schedule up through January now.
Yeah, we're actually getting organized again.
Yep. So look forward to going back to our regular cadence of an episode and a bonus. Just for the summer, we had to take a little bit of a break. Sorry, we didn't warn people first.
Right.
Now it's back, and you can look forward to a season of, well, we can skip a bonus if we don't feel like doing a bonus. I mean, it's our fucking show. But
Exactly. Yep.
You can look forward to a season of general rantings, ramblings, and other incoherent thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, so getting back on topic here. Now we're talking about general economic stuff. I mean, I guess really what I wanted to talk about more was less about things like tax policy.
Yeah.
And more to do with these fucking corporations, right?
What about them?
I don't know.
Backbone of the economy, I tell you.
Salt of the earth.
Exactly.
Wait, no, we always
Workers
hear-
are the backbone of the economy.
Bread and circus.
No,
In the circus.
not like that. But they really, I mean, that's something.
Bread, work, and peace, brothers.
All for the front.
Oh, dear. We're not quoting out of. We're not quoting out of.
that was Stalin there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something. The bourgeois. I don't know. Seize the means of production. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, that's
I love that intro.
workers.
Da, da, da.
And he
And
drinks.
he's drinking. We're the reason he drinks.
We are.
No, I guess with the whole point of the corporations, it's looking at like when is enough. Like, when's $1 trillion valuation too much? Are we gonna ever like? Does Apple need to be worth $1 trillion? Is it up to anybody but Apple? Is
Yes.
it,
Rule of acquisition number 81. Expand
That's a
or
lot
die.
of dongles.
Yep.
It's
It is. A lot of dongles, a lot of
That's
iPhones.
like $100 million.
I saw a meme just today. It was it had like the new iPhone up for $995, and then beside it was adult llama $950, and then the caption said "priorities, people."
shit? You mean a llama would be cheaper than an iPhone?
You can get an adult llama for $950, and the new iPhone is more money than that.
Can we name it?
It's your llama. It's
Can we name it Carl? I think we should name it Carl.
Carl the llama?
Do you think?
Oh, come on! Have you guys not seen this?
No,
Hold on-
we're gonna
hold on a
name it
second.
llama. So it can be llama llama.
Llama.
Our
duck.
recording.
Oh, it can be double llama. Llama.
No, guys. Yeah. Big picture here.
Yeah.
Our recording equipment was maybe about the same cost as a llama.
Yes.
We could totally get a llama.
We could get a llama.
A 2 and change llama.
But then what would we record our podcast on?
Priorities, people.
Priorities.
We'll get the llama. We'll figure out the rest later.
Step 1,
The
get a
Carl
llama.
thing.
Step
the Carl
2,
thing went over both of it, didn't it?
Cap.
I have no idea what you're
Take
talking
over
about.
the
Okay,
world.
you have to look up the YouTube series Llamas with Hats. That's what you got to look up. Llamas with Hats. It's about 2 llamas. One is named Carl. The other is named. The other has a name, and it's a very weird but kind of hilarious.
He has a name.
thing. Yes,
The llama, is it like a top hat, boulder hat?
it's more like a woman's hat.
See, I would do if I would have the llama, it would have a top hat with a monocle.
There's no monocle.
There needs to be a monocle or
There
I'm
needs
out.
to be a monocle.
Okay.
You
So
have to-
$950.12 for the costume monocle.
For the
There we
costume
go.
monocle, 12 cents. Damn, where are you getting your monocles?
Where are
Can
you
I
getting
have
your
one?
monocles?
Alibaba,
I have a
where are you
website.
getting yours?
There's a website where I can get a monocle for like
Speaking of large monolithic corporations.
monolithical corporations.
Yeah.
Monocle.
Yeah, so I will talk about that actually.
Okay,
So,
fine.
the Google's making a play to challenge
play? Like a company play?
No, to challenge
Google
like,
play.
a move,
The moon?
tactical play.
Oh, they're making a
Challenge
tactical
the moon.
Jesus
moon
H Christ!
maneuver.
Will you
A tactical move.
Anyways, they bought out a company called something starts. It starts with a D. I can't remember what the hell its name title is.
Dildos Inc.
Dale the llama.
Anyways, they made this company, and it's a similar sort of structure to Alibaba, and they're making plays into the market. Now, it's North American manufacturers right now, but they're looking at partnering and have opened up to Chinese manufacturers.
Okay.
And Google just bought this company, bought this company, stopped it, and they're relaunching it here soon, and it's going to be their sort of challenge to Alibaba.
Really?
Interesting.
So there's
The
an
only
interesting
reason-
thing to keep an eye on for
Discount merch from
Well,
Google.
the only reason that Alibaba,
Alibaba.
President Alibaba,
That's right.
Alabama cousin of Barack Obama. Yes, it's the only reason companies like Alibaba make any money is because we have a really weird
It's very
postal
sing-song.
treaty.
the cousin of Obama is Alibaba.
Alabama.
He married his cousin and he went to Washington.
Yep. What's the coolest thing you've ever bought off of AliExpress? Go.
Star Trek cufflinks.
Okay. I actually have a Starfleet Academy ring, like from year 2236 Starfleet
Nice.
Academy ring.
I don't think it's genuine.
I don't think so either. And when I wear it, it turns
there's
my
a-
finger
there's a-
purple.
That might have been your first clue.
I've never actually bought anything from AliExpress, but I have bought something from Alibaba.
Okay, go. What is it?
Like 2,000 plastic bags.
Why?
Why?
For his victims. I don't know. Check out in the yard.
It's
You
difficult
don't
to
need to
breathe
know
through a plastic bag.
what I'm spending my
He
plastic
needs-
bags on. It's between me and Doug Ford. Okay,
There, okay.
Let's just,
He needs samples.
There, yeah,
Lots of samples.
Are these like Ziploc bags or like shopping bags?
they're like they're kind of more like Ziploc bags, but not really. They're like branded bags.
Branded
Branded.
bags.
Well,
with
they're
Ziploc.
not bag. They're like paper bags with a clear window screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think I'm like wax paper bags.
Yeah, essentially. So
Okay.
like polyethylene, but
the kind of thing that I would use to when I sever someone's finger off as part of a ransom agreement, I put it in there so they can see it through the plastic.
I'm sure you could use
before I
it
send it through the post.
Or the kind of bags that you can put some fucking spice in.
bread,
something
maybe?
like that. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
bread, maybe spice.
Maybe
Yeah.
spice.
Maybe spice.
Maybe pre-made dog mixes. I'm just saying.
Pre-made dog mixes?
just
Why are you putting the dog
just
spice?
just
It's taking a dark turn.
it's taking a dark turn.
Somehow that was darker than my severed finger thing.
I know, right?
How was the dog spice darker than a severed finger at a ransom?
Well, first of all, you'd have to freeze dry the
I don't
dog.
want to live in your mind, Mike.
You have
It's
no
a
idea
scary
what I would
place.
put in that dog spice, man.
Yeah, I'm just going to take this episode off. You guys do whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, so I guess sort of we have these large corporations. I mean, we're not really
They're
addressing
all
my,
corporation-y.
well, we're not really addressing my question here. It's that
You have
does
one?
any-
What is your
yes.
question?
Does any company need to be worth $1 trillion?
I'm going to say yes.
Does any company be a billion or a million? It's a relative. It's an
A company-
relative number.
a
I
company
really don't
needs
care.
to- I maintain my original
okay, let's
answer.
take the money out of the equation. Let's just talk about sheer size.
All right.
Marketplace dominance, right?
Sure.
Now, EU, for example, fined Google like $6 billion for coupling Google searches in like Google software into Android operating system.
Yeah.
simply because they felt it was anti-competitive behavior. Now, the U.S. and Canadian and a lot of other markets feel very reluctant to do the same thing the EU is doing.
Yeah.
Now, does it make sense that we take a more laissez-faire, hands-off approach, or do we take an approach more like the EU, which spurs innovation and competition?
So you're comparing like Apple to like Standard Oil or Hugh
sure.
Aircraft,
I'm not necessarily
Aircraft?
I'm not,
like, are you?
I'm not
Because those
necessarily
two are
talking
giant
about
companies too.
Yeah, they're giant companies.
Like if they got into trust busting, but the companies themselves weren't necessarily.
No, they're not. Now, here's the thing: EU is not necessarily sitting there calling Google a trust.
No,
they're just saying this is anti-competitive behavior. You're using your position in the market to bully other competitors out.
Yeah.
Now I'm asking: is this?
I feel like a Ma Bell is a problem that happens only if there is no other Ma Bell out there. Like Apple is huge. I'm not going to deny that. But
so is Microsoft.
They're not the only player though. Like if Apple was huge and the only player, yeah, we have a problem. But we have Apple versus Google versus Microsoft. Like it's
well, in the mobile phone space, we have Apple versus Google.
Okay, fine.
Those are the two.
Yeah, in the mobile space, those are the two. Windows Phone. No, never mind. Yeah, we have Apple versus Google.
Yeah, they broke my heart too many times, so I switched to Android.
Yep. Welcome to the dark side of Android.
Hey, I've been on Android for a few years now, so
it's a brilliant phone. There's nothing wrong with it.
You know, I mean, I've got my nice little Huawei Chinese made thingy. So
you mean your Chinese spyware?
Oh, it's all fucking. Google is spyware.
Yes, I know.
Exactly. But you know what? I've got microphones from Google in my house. I don't care.
But Google's on our side, you communist.
Yeah, Google's on our side.
Google's on no one's side. Google's on Google's side.
I am on nobody's side because no one's on my side.
No, anyways, they all own your information. It's fine.
This is a march to the death. The final march of the ISPs.
Of the ISPs. We're confusing Jordan.
No.
Josh, not Jordan. Josh.
We called you Jordan.
I didn't call you Jordan. I called you Josh. I called you Josh.
Josh.
And he flips me off.
Anyways.
You're an important friend to me, Josh.
Okay.
I almost remember your name.
All right. That's good.
Apparently not as much as Jordan, but whatever.
That guy buys me whiskey.
Well, fair enough. I don't buy you whiskey.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If I bought you whiskey, you would love me.
Yes, I would.
And I wouldn't say I'd love you, but it would go a long ways.
Oh, okay. And back to your original $1 trillion mark, I don't think it could be.
It's an arbitrary line.
Yeah.
Okay. The cap. Okay. Yes. Admitted it's an arbitrary line, but I'm thinking
percentage of market share is not an arbitrary line.
Now, if they said 4 bajillion. And I'd be like, that's not a real number.
That's
you can't claim
that. Yeah. That's our listeners.
Yeah, bajillion.
I'm gonna put just a quick question here. Shareholder, 4 bajillion's not a number.
It is now. We've patented it.
Yes, and it's kind of like the rounded square. It's now it's 4 bajillion. Trademark.
Exactly. Trademark. It's
registered trademark to and change.
Exactly. Yeah. Google has their own number. Why don't we have a number? We have a number now. We're worth one
first.
apple.
You know the number Google came first.
Yeah, that doesn't.
And it was different. It was spelled differently.
It was GOOGOL, which and
they misspelled it when they did Google.
It annoys me because Google, if you like the 1 plus 100 zeros behind it, that's not one Google. That's 10 of some illion. Because if you count up the number of space, you have to group them by threes, right? So you have like 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, and 10 million is not equal to one.
Definitely 3.
Yeah, like 1
10 minutes
plus 100 zeros behind it means if you group them into those groups of 3 digits each, you're going to end up with 10 of something.
Solve for Q.
So call it 10.
There's
Google.
a train going east at 45 kilometers uphill.
I'm okay
Calculate
with the 1
for the x variable of calculus.
Shut up. I'm okay with the 1 and 99 zeros behind it being a Google, but 1 and 100 zeros behind it, that is 10 Google, not 1.
The depreciating value of that is sold for $43.27.
I think we hit on a secret nerve.
Oh, you've read my synesthesia blog post about numbers. Numbers are important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh
hasn't read that blog post.
I've
seen it.
Oh, you've seen it.
Much less a blog post, more a manifesto, but yes.
That's fine. Yes.
Careful. Never trust them.
Blood will run in the streets if my demands are not met.
That's
Quit
right.
calling this a Google.
It's not a Google. It's 10 Google, maybe. That's if we want to make the Google 1 plus 99 zeros. Then that's
I'm not
one
sure.
Google.
I'm not sure it's up to you.
It is now.
Oh, okay.
Self-declared.
So they have Google. So what do you feel about their parent company?
Alphabet?
Alphabet.
I'm okay with Alphabet.
Why not?
Alphabet's fine. How much is Alphabet worth? So if Apple's 1 trillion, what's Alphabet worth right now?
I don't know. Probably close to that.
Close to it. I
No,
mean,
Alphabet's worth less because Google and Alphabet are separate.
what?
No,
They are?
Alphabet's a parent company. Of Google.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because
Is it,
Google, because they did this so they can do things like, okay, so Nest, for example, was its
Yeah,
own company.
yeah.
They got folded into Google hardware. But then Waymo, the self-driving car company, was its own thing. So, I mean,
Let's
they
just
did
face it,
this.
Alphabet did this so they can take nice, questionable contracts from the government.
Sort of.
That's not even a. That's not
Well,
even
but
a
then again,
conspiracy theory.
I mean,
You know that's why.
Well, the Google developers pushed back and they stopped doing the contracts.
you guys-
Although Amazon seemed to be happy with the facial recognition contract.
Did you guys know Dodge used to contract with the government back in the 60s to build secretly builds ballistic missiles?
Wow.
Dodge, the car company.
Yeah,
So the missiles leaked oil.
must have. Yeah.
I'm trying to picture.
and
Like,
so-
do you know how we have?
So when you go to
recording
launch the missile, it may or may not go.
So no word of a lie. So and then Ford, get this, Ford built spy planes, but when they were making when Dodge was making the
ballistic missiles?
Dodge Charger,
Yeah.
the Plymouth.
It makes the Ford.
Well, Plymouth one. Anyways, Ford was flying spy planes around, so they made sure that the car, which could go faster than 190 during the stock car races, they made sure that it didn't go faster in the test tracks than 190 miles an hour. The spy planes would pick that up and actually capture the speed. Ford's spy planes.
That's incredible. You know how we have?
This is
That's
legit.
trippy.
So,
This is
like,
you know how
it
we have
happened.
recording software?
The corporate competition works.
There's something beautiful about this. You know how we have recording software named Hindenburg, and there's an irony there.
Yeah.
Because it crashes constantly.
Dodge, building ballistic missiles.
Yeah.
Dodge this.
Speaking of crashing
Dodge
constantly.
this, motherfucker. Dodge this.
Well, it's easy. It's not even going to leave the silo. Yeah. Yes, I may have owned a Dodge once.
I've also owned a Dodge once, only once, never again. It's not
Dodge
gonna
make
happen.
good trucks, though.
I guess.
The Italians make them now.
Does it still count then?
No.
It's still, I don't care who makes them.
Yeah.
It's the engineering guts are the same.
I'm sorry, Dodge, but your Caravan is absolute shit. Wow.
It's the industry standard, though.
But no, it's not, because now I'm driving a Honda Odyssey, and it's not. Like, it's a beautiful vehicle.
Sienna's a lot better than a Dodge Caravan by far.
Toyota Sienna?
Yeah.
Yeah, Toyota Sienna is better than the. I thought you
And
were
as
saying
a man
I thought
with
you were
no
saying that your
children,
Sienna
I
was
don't give a
better than
fuck
the
about
Odyssey.
minivans.
I thought you were saying your Sienna was better than my Odyssey. Which
Okay.
bring
All right, gentlemen, I've got my right hand here, left hand here. I want your testicles in this hand, and Mike, your testicles in this hand. Hand them over,
no,
please.
no.
I
keep
like
asking.
the van.
Yeah,
It's safe.
they are. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You can put a bunch of shit in it.
It
Like
is.
they don't blow around on the road.
They don't. Yep.
They have great acceleration.
Yep. What are you typing?
Sure. I'm looking something up.
Oh, you're looking something up on a fact-free show?
Not a fact-free show. It's a fun little joke.
What's
No, he's not allowed to do this. We're gonna cancel him.
Yeah, we're gonna turn off his
no.
mic.
Yep. The mic over here. Just-
No. Hey, you're not touch the board. Because this is, because this is relevant to the Italians building cars.
Oh, okay. All right.
The Italians build good cars.
They're okay.
Okay, here it is.
All right, I'm listening.
You may have heard this before.
All right.
Heaven is where the police are British,
Uh-huh.
the lovers are French,
Yes.
the mechanics are German,
Uh-huh.
the chefs are Italian,
Okay.
and it's all organized by the Swiss. Hell is where the police are German,
Yep.
the lovers are Swiss, the mechanics are French, the chefs are British, and it's all organized by the Italians.
Wait, the chefs are British?
Yeah, that's a joke. British cuisine has a reputation.
Has a bad reputation?
For the
Well,
most
yeah.
part, yeah.
You boil the shit out of
They're
it.
not all Gordon Ramsay.
They're not all Gordon Ramsay?
No.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like when I think of British cuisine, I'm thinking
Donkey.
of Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah,
Donkey.
that's why you're thinking of Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
guy.
One guy.
He's
I
really
guess.
a child, too.
He doesn't really represent his
Hi,
entire...
Doc, you want some boiled sausages?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And that's how you make a perfect risotto.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Actually, yeah, this is very good. I watch a lot of what do you call it? Kitchen Nightmares. I like that show.
Kitchen Nightmares?
Anyway, we're getting to the end of the show.
Already?
Already, I know, right? This is just sort of a rambling conversation, this show.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like it wasn't planned.
Taxes are important.
Taxes are not important. Well, they are important that they go away.
And I'm a centrist. Taxes are kind of important.
There, see?
Anyway, I want to thank everyone for listening. If you are tuning in, make sure you check out our website, toandchange.ca. You can also read our blog. Make sure you continue to download our show on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. We are there and available.
And make sure that you go out and find yourself a bottle of Stock and Barrel. This is really good stuff.
Really good. Really good. In Stock and Barrel, you owe us some money. Anyway, for Two and Change, I'm Tim.
I'm Mike.
I'm Josh.
We'll see you next time. Are we ever really going to get enforcement money at some point?
Probably not.
I think it'd be a good idea. I mean,
Yeah. The executives are going to listen to the show and go, who the hell are these clowns?
4 bajillion listeners cannot be wrong.
Bajillion listeners. That's right.
Bajillion.
We have 4.
Hey, I almost got free beer for us for a local brewer that I could meet up with in the morning.
So we could have made that free beer. We could have made that work.
Yeah. Well, we can reach back out to them.